We're back with Davenport mayoral candidate Rita Rawson. The Davenport Civil Rights Commission has been at the center of controversy for more than a year now. Director Latrice Lacey made harassment accusations against Mayor Frank Klipsch. The mayor gradually tried to replace all of the commissioners. The former commissioners refused to give up their seats, and little has basically gotten done by the commission for several months now. But I guess, what are your thoughts in general about what we've seen in the commission?
Well, my hope is eventually we get everything straightened out with the Civil Rights Commission. I know that coming, I believe the end of November, there's a number of positions that are up again for renewal, and I know the Mayor Klipsch is in the process of reviewing applications to appoint people. So my hope is, going forward, that the new legally appointed commissioners sit down and start to clean up some of the issues within the commission. And of course, the City Council and the Mayor's office is always willing to sit down and have further conversation about that.
Well, how would you rebuild the relationship between the commission and the Mayor's office if elected?
I think it's a matter of sitting down and having a conversation about it and really reviewing, what is legal, what the state of Iowa mandates, what the city ordinance has in it, and having a discussion about that. The Civil Rights Commission is a neutral, fact-finding law enforcement agency that's designed to enforce civil rights laws as per their complaint system. So, that primary function of that group is to process the complaints that they receive and adjudicate those. So I think it's a matter of everyone getting on the same board, the same page as far as what the Civil Rights Commission's purpose and role is, as far as the Davenport division, and also what is in the state's code, because I know there's been some confusion around that, and I think we could have a good conversation and get some clarity so that the commission can move forward and continue to serve the people that have cases that are pending.
Who would you have serve on the commission under a Rita Rawson administration? Would you favor the old commissioners, the newer commissioners that the mayor has, or would you try to just start anew with your own?
Well, Mayor Klipsch, we've actually implemented a new process down at City Hall as far as all of the boards and commissions. So if you want to be on a board and commission, you apply. If you're a current board or commissioner, you can reapply. So all the applications are looked at, everyone's interviewed, and it really just comes down to all of the boards and commissions having good diversity across.
But are you okay with turnover on the Davenport Civil Rights Commission? Because that seems to be where the reluctance is, right?
Well, all of the boards and commissions have term limits. So when your term is done, your term is done for all of them. No board or commission is an exception to that. So it would depend on the applications that are received at the time, and what levels of diversity we can get to be representative of the people on that particular commission.
Now, Latrice Lacey has had her own legal problems, convicted of a crime recently. Do you think she should keep her job? What direction do you think?
I don't know. I don't think I'm in a position to really address employee issues, because the 7 commissioners that are appointed to the Civil Rights Board, they are her boss. Those are the 7 people that need to review what's going on with her and her situation and make a determination of whether or not she should still be in that position or not. So it's up to the Civil Rights Commissioners to make that decision.
But there has been, the commission has been at odds with the mayor's office, and just wondering if everyone's going to work happily together, doesn't there need to be a certain leadership position there that is willing to work together with the city as well?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, on both sides we need to be willing to sit down and talk through some things. But even for the city of Davenport, for any board and commission, there's always should be processes in place to address any issues that arise that may appear unfavorable in the general public eye. I mean, for all of us, we're all especially for elected folk, we're all working for the people of the city. So we want to have processes in place where the citizens that live here can look at it and say, okay, I trust that process, that's doing exactly what I want it to do. So whenever we have a situation where people are questioning something, we need to go back to the drawing board and really look at that and figure out another path forward.
We are not done with Alderwoman Rawson yet and her plans for Davenport. We'll take it to the river, what to do about flooding, how to take the riverfront to the next level as well, for the record.